Well, here we are back at Glasgow Airport. It's 4:15 local time. I had to turn off the GPS when I was getting very close to the airport. The signal seemed to mess up, or the transceiver transponder doesn't seem to be working very clearly when you're anywhere around this area for some reason. I'm not sure if it's the weather today, which I highly doubt. We had the same problem leaving on Monday. I think whatever's going on in this area, GPS systems just aren't accurate enough. They're too long in responding. Anyhow, turned it off, just guided myself from traditional science. How's that for a change? Threw the GPS, not out the window, but switched it off. Same thing. Drive back was fine, uneventful, pretty much lots of traffic. It's a Saturday here. And last Monday was a long weekend for most of the people here, so people are either coming up this Saturday or going back. So traffic was pretty heavy, so I didn't bother stopping off and doing any more video blogs. Called into a couple of little places on the way, got ripped off for £6 fees to walk around basically a lump of mud, which we've been through so much this week, I didn't want to see any more. The drive back itself, I pulled over at one point, closed my eyes for 10 minutes because I was getting very tired. Just had two lovely cheese sandwiches from one of the local stores here, so and the total between the two cheese sandwiches, ready-made pack, cost me £1.05 for each of these. 365 calories per pack. That's just one of those. I just had two, plus I had another ham and Swiss cheese sandwich, so that was 730 for these two. Plus I had another ham and Swiss in there, so that's about 1100 calories I've eaten in the last 15 minutes. Carbs basically and fat, 16.5 grams per serving with fat, which was about 48 grams of fat I've had so far. Salt about 4 grams total, and sugar about 6 grams in total between all that, so 1100 calories and quite a bit of food. Now when you think that we done that 3 to 4 day trek up until the end of the expedition on only maybe 150 to 200 calories maximum, and I just ate 1100 calories sitting here. Makes you think, doesn't it, what you can do with food? How much you do and how much you don't need to eat. Brings me on to another subject about obesity. Notice a lot of kids really getting obese. You're already starting to see the fat stomachs, the chubby breast areas, the jowls, the arms, the waddling when they're walking because they're getting overweight, and these kids can be anywhere from like 4 years old up to teenagers. In our society today we take so much for granted, such as these sandwiches. You can go there, you can spend £1 for this, and that's 300 calories. You snack that on top of regular meals, you could be consuming close to 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. If you're inactive, doing a sedentary job such as sitting down for most of the day, you drive backwards and forwards to where you're going, take the train, basically a mode of transport where you're not burning up your calories, unless you have a very, very active lifestyle, you're going to be having a calorie surplus at the end of each day, and that's going to get stored in fat if you're not active. So take it from me, look at what you're eating, work out how many calories a day you need, and then reassess exactly how much you need to eat. For some people, it might be a good way of saving money, those on a tight budget. For those of you who, are on hard times, or those of you who are basically having a tough time generally, try going without for a day, or cut back and see how many calories you need to actually exist. Keep the calories you do eat, good quality, well-balanced food. There's lots of nutrition sites out there on the web. Go and find one. Balanced diet, lots of water. All I can say is after the last 4 days of experience up here in Scotland, the thing which kept me going was the water itself. There's a plane just taken off in the background, I'll show you in a minute, I'll turn it around. Lots of water, keeps the system flushed. You feel much better with it. I've had 3 cups, maybe 4 cups of coffee since I got back. I couldn't drink the last one I just had. I just could not drink it. I was feeling, not nauseous, but like a slowing down, a bogging down. It's hard to explain unless you experience it. So cut back on the caffeine. Sugar drinks, Coca-Cola, 7-Up, Pepsi, all those kind of drinks, sport drinks, which are supposed to be sport drinks. They're not sport drinks, they're just concentrated sugar amounts. If you're under extreme exercise with some of those sport drinks, you can actually overload your system and cause problems. There's been a few issues with mountain runners where they've been downing gallons of that sport drink. And what actually happens is you have kidney failure because the saturation, excuse me, cheese sandwiches the saturation of all the ingredients in there is way too high for the fluid content. Basically, for every 1 litre of those sports drinks you drink, you would need to drink at least another 2 to 3 litres of just regular water, nothing in it, to make it so your body could actually use all those ingredients from those sports drinks. So, if you buy the sports drinks, dilute them. Best way is buy the powder. Make it weaker so you can taste it, but not as strong as you would normally get. It'll do you much better, or even better, just stick to regular water, balance your diet. That's my rant for this point at this time. I'm going to close my eyes now and get some sleep. I'm sitting right on top of a parking lot area. I don't know if security's going to come across and move me in a minute, because I'm sitting in a prime location overlooking the runway and the pan for the aircraft. Maybe not a good idea to fall asleep here and all the gear I've got in the back at this point. So again, I'm back in Glasgow. This is a complete trip. I can't believe it's over. Sitting back and thinking about it now, what we've been through, what we're going to be going through in the next couple of years as well, with a couple of trips discussed about going to the jungle, which will be very interesting because I don't do jungle. We'll have to see what happens on that side. So I'm going to shut it down now. This is Paul Cobham from Survival School Canada, wishing you all the best. Check your diet. Make sure you know exactly what you're eating, and I'll talk to you guys online in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to get some sleep now before I have to get this evening plane to Heathrow. I'll do maybe a blog tonight when I get to the hotel and then tomorrow morning. So guys, Paul Cobham from SSC, and remember, keep it safe, keep it sane.